Hi, this is Andrew, and my partner Isaiah and I are going to describe to you our tour that we took of the Sanford Jackrabbit Athletic Complex for the SJAC here at South Dakota State University. We are now looking at the outside of the SJAC. Its address is 1447 Jackrabbit Avenue in Brookings, South Dakota. You can learn more about it on the website at www.sdstate.edu/buildings/Sanford Jackrabbit Athletic Complex. Director would be Jeff Holm. He is the Senior Associate AD for Facility and Operations, and Jeff Dreetz, who is the Facility and Operations Manager. The outside contains the parking lot where you can park for the SJAC, the opening for the Sanford Sports Medicine Clinic at the front. It is also connected to the Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. It is 156,000 square feet, and it cost $32 million to complete. It was completed in fall of 2014, and it is the largest Division I indoor facility. Here's the overall layout of the inside of the SJAC. One of the best design points actually about this facility is just how much they fit into the square footage. The SJAC contains an 8-lane, 300-meter track, a 100-yard football field, drop-down nets for softball and baseball, and track to throw. Then you also have the jumping and throwing pits. Above the concession stand, you'll have a golf net so they can hit. There's a lot of stuff packed into this. They did really well connecting it to the Dana J. Dykhouse and the Sports Med Athletic Training Facility. Here's a panned out view of the 100-yard turf and 300-meter 8-lane track that is located in the SJAC. One thing we did learn on this tour is that this turf is a soy-based artificial turf. It's cool because it's better for the environment, and it actually uses local resources here in Brookings. Instead of a single fiber and one filament to create this turf, it is a multi-fiber, so it's a bunch of them sticking out of the filament. This helps with stand up over time and helps the spread of pellets not be so all over the place. It's a better shock absorber, and it has a sand and rubber sublayer to prevent compaction. The only thing after working in the SJAC for a little bit the thing I would change is the field is too close to the track. So it does give you that sideline barrier, but a lot of times when football and track are practicing at the same time, it's very hard to not get in each other's way. So if we had to narrow the field a little bit, it doesn't have to be regulation because it's not long enough anyway. So just narrow it a little bit and for the practices, and I feel like you could get a better practice for both. The artificial turf in the SJAC also features the STSU famous blue and yellow checkerboard end zone design and the running Jackrabbit logo at the center field.
In the top left picture, we have the entrance to the SJAC, which is presented with the ticket office. If we go down to the bottom left, we have the welcome sign of the SJAC, which welcomes fans and participants. And you can also it also emphasizes that people can rent out the SJAC for their use. So this is something that we learned on our tour, is that it's not just for athletes in the university. Also the people outside of the university can rent it if they are passed through the process. And then to the right, we have a plaque detailing all the people who were involved in the creation of the SJAC. After you enter in through the SJAC, you will see a sign posted with concessions, restrooms, and seating, which you would all take a forward path to get to. And then as you're walking down the hallway, if you move along to the right upper hand corner, you will see that a long hallway which leads you to the concessions area or restrooms, and then also the seating. And then you'll go down to the bottom left and you'll see the Jackrabbit, which if you go kitty corner up to the right hand corner, the shining plates, this emphasizes the Jackrabbit when the sun reflects in on the SJAC. And then if we go to the bottom right hand corner, you will notice that there are track and field records of all the people who have set, or all the people who have the current records in the SJAC. In the upper hand, left hand picture, you will notice once you enter in from the hallway, here is a bleacher. Here are the bleachers for fans to sit in to watch events at the SJAC. And then if you move along to the slide in the upper hand right, you will see the bleacher view of the field, the 80-yard football field, and also the 300-meter track. And one thing we learned is that SDSU is one of the only schools in the NCAA to have a 300-meter indoor track. Most are 200-meter indoor tracks. And then above the bleachers, which is pictured in the bottom slide to the left, is a media stage platform type area where people who are with marketing and promotions will be up there. Also, analysis of data analysis will be up there, watching events. So anything like that goes on with the management of the event, they will be stationed up there to help monitor the event and get a wide view of what's happening. And then you will see to the right there, above the concessions and restroom sign, there it looks to be some netting, and we found out that is used for both softball, baseball, and golf. So softball and baseball may use it for batting cages, and golf may use it for hitting range. So pictured in the upper left hand corner is the concessions and restroom, which we briefly saw an outside view of in the last slide. And then if we move along to the upper right hand corner, we have more of an inside view of the concession stand. You can see how wide it is. Here you may purchase such concessions as pop, candy, hot dogs, and nachos. So your basic concessions that you're going to find at a Jackrabbit football and basketball game, you can find at a track meet as well. And then if you go down to the bottom left hand corner, we have a list of all the donors who helped contribute to the cost of the SJAC. It's kind of cool. I think they did a really good job of not only branding the donors, but also all the work that they put in and how well they presented it. You can see on the wall. And then to the right is just a more inside look of where the bathrooms are located. Pictured in the upper left hand corner is a field view of the side of the SJAC that is located near the concessions and restroom area. I think that this lays out a good view of SJAC in a whole as to what it offers to athletics, the Jackrabbit athletics. Because here you can see all the netting and fielding and track surface that is involved with all various sports such as softball, baseball, golf, track, and football. And located at the bottom right is a close-up view of the shot put area where members of the track team who are throwers can practice for upcoming events, and then also this is used during indoor meets in the winter.
Pictured in the top left is another good design point of the SJAC. This is the cooling system that runs to both sides. It filtrates air, and it also keeps it a nice cool temperature and can be heated if needed. Top right is the entrance to the sports mat hydro room. This is where they have the underwater treadmill, the in-ground hot tub and the in-ground cold tub, and also an entrance to the athletic training room. It's a very awesome design point and very convenient that if an athlete is injured in the SJAC, you can take them immediately into the athletic training room or grab supplies from it. The bottom two pictures are the entrance to the strength and conditioning center. Also very good design points of having it connected so that way they can bring the weights outside. They can do their conditioning around the track, things like that. Pictured in the top left is a corner entrance to the SJAC. Also located through that the garage door is the sports medicine / athletic training storage room. This is where they put some of their coolers and ice chests and gaiters. It is a little small. One poor design point would be storage. I can always use more storage. Also, there's no drainage system through the entire SJAC. So when sports med needs to fill waters for football, there's no actual drainage system, so if any water were to get on the track or on the field, it pretty much just stays there. It makes it very inconvenient if something were to spill. On the picture on the right is the long jump pits, also with a scoreboard that was made by Daktronics. And then the bottom picture is what you'd be looking at once you walked through that entrance into the SJAC.
Located in the upper left-hand corner, we have the garage door, which leads from outside into the SJAC. Through this garage, we will often have emergency and recreational vehicles that will enter in for support during events or for general maintenance in the SJAC. Located in the upper right-hand screen, we see a garage door within the facility. So what's located in this area of SJAC is general maintenance items, including maintenance vehicles, and then also maintenance materials that can be used for the netting and also field maintenance in the SJAC. Then on the bottom right, or on the bottom two pictures of the slide, we have the event management room. So in this room, it is basically located on the back side of the ticket sales office, and this is where meetings will take place to discuss events and how to manage those events.
That wraps up the tour of the Sanford Jackrabbit Athletic Complex. Thank you for your time. Go Jacks!